Hey YouTube, how's it going? My name is Scott and I'm here today with another how-to video for Blender. Today I'm going to be going over lighting and rendering images. So just a little bit of basics about lighting. I'm no expert, but a lot of different sets, and they will use, Porsche came to say hi. They'll use at least three lights generally. So like for example, in this room, I have my overhead light up here. I've got some natural light from the window, and then I actually have a lamp pointing directly in my face back here. So that's kind of gonna get you a basic okay result like this. And I'm going to show you how we can use 3-point lighting in Blender to light our 3D images. Okay, so let's get right into it. This is the tree that we designed in the last episode. If you want to learn how to make the actual tree, you can check out my last video where I go over all the details, how to download the add-on and do the bark texture and leaves and everything. But in this video, we're just going to be talking about lighting and rendering images. So the first thing I'm going to do is insert a camera. So I'm going to hit Shift A, come down to camera, and then I'm going to position the camera where I want it. You can use the short key G for moving and then R for rotating. So if I hit G, I can move it. Let's put it there for now. Oh. And that's kind of the angle I like for the tree. So I'm just going to rotate this a bit. Sometimes it's better to actually click the rotate button because then you have all these different directions rather than just one if you use the hotkey. And also the other thing, so this is the camera view right now. You're going to want to come into the output tab, output properties tab, and depending on what you're using this picture for, you're going to want to put whatever resolution you want. So for this project I'm working on, I want it to be a square, and 1080 by 1080 works pretty well for me. So I've already set that, and then I also want the background to be transparent so that I can insert a background after the fact. So if you come to this input tab or render property tab, sorry, and you scroll down to film and you can click transparent, and that's going to give you a transparent background. So back to the camera positioning, it looks like I could rotate it a little bit this way and then maybe move it up here. And at this point, I can even just move the tree instead of the camera. So I'm just going to move it down and to the right a bit. And I'm just going to rotate the camera one last time. Hold on. Yeah, I think. Okay, so I like that. That's it's pretty well centered. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I like that framing for the tree. So now we're going to insert some lights, and you could use any of these types of lights. They all have their uses, but since I am going for an outdoor lighting kind of situation, I'm going to use 3 different suns. I also find the suns are just the easiest to position out of these because you don't actually have to put them where you want them. They just kind of send an infinite ray of light in the direction that you choose. So you only really have to set the direction. So the first light we're going to use is going to be used just to basically light the tree from the back, and we kind of want to create a ring of light around it. So something like this might work. And basically to see what our light is doing, we want to go into render mode so we can see exactly what's happening. And you want to kind of think about this as like you're painting the object with light. So, every light you use is going to paint some light on the object. And yeah, I guess that's basically it. But so let's hit Z and go into rendered mode. As you can see, there's kind of this ring around this edge of the tree, but I want it to be more around the top. So I'm going to try to move this just a little bit to the left. Oh, it has to be to the right, actually. Okay, I think that's pretty good there. As you can see, we kind of have this ring of light all the way around the tree. And to make it look a little bit more natural, I can actually make this a little bit more yellow color. As you can see, that already looks a lot better. So for the next light, I'm going to do another sun. And so that we can see what this light is doing, I'm going to turn off the first light for now. So we can see just exactly what this light is doing. And this one is going to be kind of the front lighting. So something like that. And, if you were going for kind of more of a Hollywood look, a lot of times they're going to use warm lighting in the front and cold lighting in the back. So, blue in the back and orange in the front, or, orange and pink or something. Or no, I guess it would be more pink in the front and blue in the back, something like that, for like kind of Hollywood lighting. So you could definitely do that here, but again, since I'm going for something a little more natural, I'm going to use more of an orange light for the front. And you can crank up the strength because if it's more colored, it's not going to be as bright. So I think that's pretty good there. And then our third and final light, another sun. And again, I'm just going to turn off this orange light so we can see what's happening with this one. And this one's going to be kind of from the back, but also like coming up from the ground. And the way I imagine this light, it's like the sun reflecting off of the grass. So we're going to give it a bit of a green color. It can be slightly more blue because again, this is your cold light, right? So I think that looks okay. Now let's turn back on all the other lights, and we can see what it looks like. I think there's too much bright light around the bottom here. So what I'm gonna do is turn off these two, and what I can do, I think if I bring this light just down, it's gonna hit the top of the tree more. So let's see what that looks like. Yeah, I think this is going to be better. Let's turn on the other lights again. And I think that looks pretty good. So that's how you do 3-point lighting. And now to render the image, what we're going to do is come up here, click render, render image, and it's just going to take a couple seconds. Usually it's a bit faster, but I think my computer's a little slow since I'm running the recording software. And there you go. There's our tree. I am noticing, there's this green light on here that I don't love. So I think what I'm going to do is actually turn the green light down a bit. And here, let's just turn off these ones to see. Yeah, that's okay. And then I'm also gonna I'm gonna make this orange one a little more yellow. And then I'm gonna turn it up a bit. All right. Now, as you can see, those green lights are still there, but I don't think it's as bad as before. So let's render it again. And I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to come up here to image and then save, and I can call it whatever I want. I'll call it tree 3-point lighting and hit save. And there you go. That's how you light and render an image in Blender. If you have any questions, any requests for other videos, if you didn't understand anything or you think I skipped over something a little too quickly, please let me know. I'm here to help you guys. So leave your questions in the comments below. Yeah, and show me what you guys are doing in Blender. I'd love to see your artwork. And thanks for watching. Again, like and subscribe. It helps the YouTube algorithm. And have a good day, guys. Cheers.